From the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Chase Palmer.
And I'm Andrea Valdez. Well, a possible assault on campus last night has given way to an active investigation by UNT police. ntTV reporter Meredith Pascal is live near the scene of the crime. Meredith, what can you tell us about the situation?
Last night, October 3rd at 10:30 p.m., UNT received a report of a possible assault that happened on the west side of the Business Leadership Building, near to where I'm standing right now. A witness reported the incident after being threatened by one of the perpetrators with a pipe. A similar assault occurred on the other side of the building just last week on September 28th, in which 3 suspected males approached the victim and one of the perpetrators punched the victim. At this time, it is not certain if these incidents are related. However, there is an ongoing investigation. Police encourage anyone who may have any knowledge of these offenses to contact UNT Criminal Investigative Services at 940-565-3006, or if you prefer to stay anonymous, you may contact or call 940-369-TIPS. Police also encourage everyone to be aware of their surroundings. If you ever feel that you are in an unsafe situation, you may use one of the blue lights around campus, which will immediately notify emergency services. We will continue to update you as we receive more information. Andy and Chase, back to you.
Thanks, Meredith. So, Andy, I'm really starting to enjoy this cooler weather.
You know what, I have to agree with you, Chase. So let's go ahead and toss it over to our lovely weather anchor, Courtney Hill. Courtney, what do you have for us?
Thanks, you guys. Yes, it is cool weather season. Today, this morning, I had to get a jacket to walk my dog, but right now it's 85 degrees in Denton, Texas. It feels like 85, and then we have an 8-mile-per wind. And then tonight, we're going to drop all the way down to 67 degrees. So grab your jacket, grab your coat. It's going to get cool. And then tomorrow, we're going to rise all the way back to 88 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold, pretty good weather. That's all I have for you right now. But if you stay tuned with me until after the break, I will have your full 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Courtney. Following his debate with gubernatorial incumbent Greg Abbott, Beto O'Rourke continues to travel the Lone Star State campaigning. This week, O'Rourke is hosting events to speak to university students in the state of Texas, and one of them being right here in Denton. I spoke to O'Rourke himself along with students attending the event.
Steal someone else's job or place in school.
With the election countdown removing days as it progresses, Democratic gubernatorial candidate nominee Beto O'Rourke continues to campaign in Texas, echoing much of his points from previous stops as part of his Students for Beto event.
Historically black college, junior college, public university, private college. We were just outside of Baylor and Waco last week. We're going everywhere.
Students in attendance explained how they resonated with many of the points that O'Rourke discussed as future educators, first-time voters, and students who are passionate about the Lone Star State.
I really appreciate him taking all hard chances and actually talking about these situations, especially about black women and just government in general. It was just a really amazing experience.
There was a couple of times that I wanted to cry because I'm an education major, so hearing about the Uvalde students again, it was really impactful for me.
O'Rourke believes that the future of the state lies in the hands of the younger generation of voters who care deeply about the direction in which the state is going.
I believe that young people will decide the outcome of this election.
Now the last day to register to vote is on October 11th, so be sure to keep an eye out on early voting and when it begins. Now, as we lead up to the election, we will continue to keep you updated on gubernatorial issues from the candidates, along with more information about the midterms.
For thousands of college students, this is news that can't come soon enough. Student loan forgiveness applications are expected to open as soon as this week. The Biden administration announced the plan back in August. People earning less than $125,000 in the last 2 years and married couples or head of the household making under $250,000 are eligible. What that could mean is as much as $10,000 cut from your loans. That's more if a student also received a Pell Grant. That could mean an even bigger cut in that debt. The application will be online and you will have a full year to apply. If you have any questions, check with UNT Financial Aid. Student loan forgiveness isn't the only way you can get help with your loans. UNT is hosting an event to aid students in submitting their FAFSA. Be the first to submit your FAFSA this school year. There's a limited amount of federal student aid and could be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. If you don't wait, you could miss out on money to help fund your education. This event is open to any students and is at the Willis Library until 8 p.m.
Well, I don't know about you, Chase, but I'll definitely be stopping by and check out the FAFSA event. It's never simple getting that in, but coming up, the aftermath of Hurricane Ian on Florida residents.
And how you can stay safe during this fall's flu season. Stay with us.
Near Sanctus Spiritus.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Hey, Maddie, miss me?
Wait, Bud?
What was that all about?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Good to see you, brother.
What the hell are you doing?
That's your lucky day.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Aid is pouring into Florida as homes are destroyed and loved ones are reported missing. Search and rescue teams are documenting unfortunate findings. CNN's Gloria Pazmino has the story.
If you go any farther, you're waist deep, neck deep in water.
Looking for any signs of life, crews in Florida are going door to door, searching for survivors in communities wiped out by Hurricane Ian. Officials in hard-hit Lee County say additional state and federal assistance is pouring in.
We took such a catastrophic hit, but everybody wants to help.
Search and rescue teams say they're finding morbid scenes. The death toll rising to over 100 in Florida.
And those numbers could go up. I pray to God again that they don't. But until we go through the rubble, until we see exactly what we have, we're not certain who's missing and what those numbers will be.
Several island communities are still hard to reach. Priority is given to rescue teams looking for victims. Officials say homes in some decimated neighborhoods are unlivable, and destroyed bridges have cut off aid.
All those people are without, a lot of them lived on the boats. They have no home now.
Some people still don't know the whereabouts of their loved ones. Officials say it's unclear how many are still missing. And it could take several weeks to restore power to the hundreds of thousands of people still in the dark.
There were some places that were just devastated, and you're right, they will take probably a month or longer to restore in those areas.
In Fort Myers Beach, Florida, I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
And for surviving victims displaced by Hurricane Ian, Airbnb is offering assistance. On Sunday, the company announced that it would be using $5 million and working with local nonprofits to give free and discounted temporary housing to those who lost their homes and whose homes were lost or severely damaged. This aid is extended to first responders helping in the recovering process that need shelter. Those displaced by Hurricane Ian can find accommodations by going online to their website.
You know, Andy, this Texas weather is something else. I've worn shorts one day and sweatpants the other.
I know, and I have to agree with you because that Texas weather can absolutely be so confusing. But let's toss it over to our weather anchor, Courtney Hill, for our full weather report. Courtney?
Yes, Andy, Texas weather can be confusing. So if you look right now across North Texas, it's 85 in Denton, 86 in Stephenville, and 85 in Dallas. So if you are looking to go to the State Fair, it's pretty good weather right now. And then if you go across the region, you see that in Shreveport it's 84, El Paso has dropped all the way down to 81, and then in Houston it is 85. If we go to our full 7-day forecast, you see tonight we're going to drop all the way down to 54 degrees. So yes, grab your jackets, grab your coats. It's going to be cool. And then for this weekend, we have a mid-80s, low 80 temperatures for the highs, and then the lows are going to stay at 60s or in your high 50s. So this great weather is certainly an incentive to get outside and enjoy it. One way could be to plant a tree. ntTV's April Peardon is on campus now with more on the 24th annual Denton Community Tree Giveaway. April?
Thank you, Courtney. Well, it is a beautiful day to plant a tree. And as you can see right here behind me, there are already some beautiful trees here on campus. And believe it or not, trees play an important role in our ecosystem. They purify the air that we breathe, they filter the water that we drink, and they provide a habitat for many animals. At this year's 24th annual Community Tree Giveaway in Denton, free trees will be offered to residents. With a total of 700 trees to be distributed, Denton hopes to make an environmental and economical impact in our city. And now UNT students can be a part of making our city greener. The Tree Campus Higher Education offers a simple framework for universities to grow their tree community and create a beautiful environment to live on. For more information, make sure to look at www.dentonparks.com to reserve your free tree today. I know I will. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, April. The weather is starting to cool off, meaning we can worry less about the heat, but more about our health. Fall is flu season, and with COVID as a persisting issue, the best way to stay safe against getting sick is to get vaccinated. Mandy Gaither from CNN has more.
It's that time of year again when viruses tend to ramp up.
It's definitely vaccine season right now.
The two most recommended to get before fall gets in full swing, an updated COVID-19 booster and a flu shot.
This year it's going to be even more important to do both.
That's because the flu season is expected to be more severe this year. Coupled with COVID-19, that could mean crowded hospitals. Dr. Barbara Bauer with the Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says you can make the process of getting all those shots easier by stacking vaccines.
Really, there's no data to show that if you get them all on the same day, that's going to make you feel worse or, it's going to cause you more side effects because you got 2 or 3 shots instead of just 1.
Bauer says to also take time to rest. Don't be afraid to give yourself a little break after getting fall vaccines and have over-the-counter pain medication on hand that can help relieve any discomfort. Finally, start early so your body has time to build up a defense to the viruses.
Go ahead and get them, between now and absolutely, I would say no later than the first week of November.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Stay warm, rest up, and get vaccinated. to make the most of the good weather coming up this season. After the break, the death of country music icon saddens the nation.
And our segment anchor, Vale Herrera, is live in studio with For the Culture. Don't go anywhere.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Country music legend and icon Loretta Lynn has died this morning at her home in Tennessee. Known as the Queen of Country Music, her memorable career spanned over 7 decades. After starting her career at 17, Lynn created many hit songs and wrote the famous autobiography Coal Miner's Daughter, which went on to be a successful movie. Lynn passed away peacefully, surrounded by her family, and leaves behind a country music legacy that will be remembered for many years to come.
Did you know there was a small boutique here in the Denton Square that is Latino owned? I heard that a quick visit there is a great way to continue celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Here's Vale Herrera to tell us a little bit more about Denton's new hidden gem. Vale?
Thank you, Andy. Today I'm actually in the studio with the owner herself of M&B Tiny Shop Studio. It's going to be Viri Ordeña. How are you doing today, babe?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. So first things first, I do want to know, what was it that inspired you and your family to open this shop?
We wanted to bring cultura to Denton and make sure that our cultura stays alive, not just for us and the family, but everybody in the community.
I see everything that you brought here. I think my favorite thing in this bag, but I want to know, what was your best seller out of everything that you brought today with us?
Our best seller has to be our market bags. It's the one thing that has started our business, and it's my favorite thing as well.
Amazing. And then do want to know though, what is it that you think, like, what's your hope for the store in the community?
I do hope that anybody who comes into this shop, that they feel like they're in Mexico or that they're in Guatemala, and that they're being transformed into going to a country that they're not even there, and that they feel invited, welcomed, and experiencing la cultura through the products.
I'm definitely sure that they will. I know I did as soon as you brought it. It brought back a lot of memories.
For sure.
And then can you tell me a little bit of the event that y'all actually had? I think it was like a week ago that it was Hispanic Heritage Month celebration.
Yes, we had Viva la Cultura, which it won't be the first time we'll have it, but we wanted to bring something different to the community of Denton, which is to bring cultura from modern to traditional into Denton. And although we started small, we're hoping it grows. Our next one will be in December, and next year hopefully we have it every month.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you coming into the studio and speaking with me and then showing us some of the products here. I'm definitely going to send some money aside to visit your shop.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think that's all I have for y'all today. Chase and Andy, back to you at the desk.
Well, Vale, thank you so much for that very informative interview about La Cultura, and I'll definitely have to check it out myself. But shifting gears now, this weekend marked 2 pretty important events here in the Denton sports and even outside of the DFW area as well.
Well, yes, in fact, Parents Weekend was actually last weekend. I actually got to spend some time with my family, which was honestly very enjoyable. Did you go to Parents Weekend, Andy?
Honestly, I didn't go to Parents Weekend, but you know what? Our sports anchor, Lillian Kosh, attended and got to speak to families who participated. Lillian?
There was a lot going on this week in the sports world, and I'll have it all for you right after the break.
When misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Women's basketball legend Tiffany Jackson, after losing her fight against breast cancer at the age of 37. Jackson formerly played for the University of Texas and finished her Texas career ranked in the top 5. She was drafted to the WNBA in 2007 to the New York Liberty. She had an outstanding career and was seen as an impact player by everyone who knew her. She had just started her coaching career at Wiley College in April. Her legacy will never be forgotten as she is remembered as an amazing mom, teammate, mentor, and friend. As we enter Breast Cancer Awareness Month, let's take this time to pink out and raise awareness. As the NFL season treks on, we are starting to see tensions rise, and I'm not just talking about on the field or fantasy leagues. Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady and wife Giselle sparked divorce rumors following his quick return to the league. This news has created turmoil between the two, and their marriage has been going downhill ever since. As of today, the couple has allegedly hired divorce lawyers amid marital troubles. This is concerning to Bucs fans because of what this means for their QB. Will he be able to play through what is happening in his personal life, or could this be his downfall? Taking a look at this past weekend, North Texas football had an amazing game against Florida Atlantic University. There were tons of great players, but I want to focus on just one defensive back in particular. Ridge Texada was labeled Conference USA's Defensive Player of the Week. Texada was a ball hawk with 2 interceptions, one of those being a 56-yard pick six to the house. He leads defense in pass deflections, brought in 4 tackles, one of which was a tackle for loss. Ridge Texada was on top of his game with a green victory over FAU and keeping UNT at the top of the conference. And speaking of last weekend's game, family and friends from far and wide visited Apogee to watch some football with their loved ones. I had the opportunity to speak with some of the families in attendance.
The sun is out, the band is playing, and the grills are fired up. Sounds like game day in North Texas. But it's not your typical Saturday football game. It's family weekend on the hill.
This is it. We just got here, so looking forward to the football game and some tailgating action.
Every year, UNT invites parents and family to attend Mean Green Game Day with their college students to show them just how we do it up in North Texas.
When I was in school, we didn't have these at SFA. They just started them like about 10, 12 years ago, I think, but this is great. I love the atmosphere here.
Families get to experience all the activities and excitement of a D1 college football game.
I think it's really cool just because they didn't get that college experience, and so it's fun to share it with them and let them basically be the freshmen with me, since this is all new to everyone. No one in my family went, so it's really cool for everyone.
Last weekend, our North Texas football team went head-to-head against Florida Atlantic University to secure a win for all the Mean Green families who cheered them on.
We're really excited. It's their first football game.
but I've been to a couple, and mainly ours it's really grand, so.
And after a long, hard fight, our Eagles took home a much-needed victory, winning 45-28. This win has pulled UNT out of a losing streak, has changed the direction the season was headed, and restored the Mean Green spirit.
There's a lot more passion today than there was back in my day in the mid-90s, and so I love it. I love the energy and the atmosphere. It's great.
Overall, it was a great weekend with a sweet North Texas win. That's all I have for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Hurricane Ian has left many displaced, but some have decided to take the risk and stay, ignoring evacuation orders. For one family, it almost cost them their lives. Jim Keithley has more.
Callie Brown shooting this video last Wednesday. She and her partner, Chad Duckwall, live in Fort Myers. They have a 3-month-old son, Charlie. When Hurricane Ian hit, the family retreated to the attic. Water kept coming. Callie dumped the Christmas decorations and packed her son in one of those plastic totes. Chad put the cat in another plastic storage bin, and they floated away, hoping to reach to the neighbor's house, which was at higher ground.
Terrifying. The most terrifying thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. I didn't know if we were going to make it, to be totally honest. I remember looking at Chad and just saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Swim through the water 10 feet deep was harrowing, to say the least.
Instincts kicked in. You know, people asked, how did you think of a Tupperware storage container? And I don't know. I just looked around what was in my attic, and I was like, plastic will float. These will float. Mom instincts or something kicked in, and I just knew that that was what I needed to grab to put him in for safety, because he obviously can't swim. He's 3 months old, and I just knew I had to protect him. And
They all made it and went back to see what was left of their house the next day. This is what they saw, a total loss.
our couch was on our kitchen counter. That's just where it had floated. Our dining room table was in our living room.
They could spend the next month at a family member's condo in the next town over while they rebuild. They lived through Hurricane Irma in 2017 and said they evacuated then for no reason. This time they ignored the mandatory evacuation order.
Do you wish now that you had left?
Yes, I will never stay again. I will absolutely evacuate. I don't care if it's a category 1. I'm not staying ever again for a hurricane. I never want to experience that again.
The family is shaken up from the experience, but they have received support from their community in the form of a fundraiser that has raised over $13,000.
Well, Chase, I mean, it's nice to hear some good news coming out of Florida. It's definitely good to see all those people that are stepping up to help all of those that are in need.
Definitely, it's very nice to see people. It's definitely nice to see people come together for such an event.
No, absolutely, yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again for tomorrow night at 6 here on North Texas Television.